Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply and demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened and think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome.
All right, here we go. Sorry for the lateness with the video. It was my wife's birthday or anniversary, and it's my birthday, so I took a day off. But I wanted to get this out before the market opens today on June 10th. So here we go. I want you to be very aware of something. We actually right now have something where it could be considered a double bottom. I want to see if this pattern will come out to play. Uh, we did have our last week open not open, but closed higher or right at the level where our last highest peak was. So that was around 53, 42, 47. Currently, it looks like the market's going to open a little bit lower than our last high, but that does mean we have the potential to go higher. The one thing I'm pointing out here is strength of market at this time. This was our last high here, and that was on the week of March 25th. Currently, our price action is higher, but strength of market is lower. This can mean literally two things. It's never going to be a 100% guaranteed. I'm looking to see if the market will come back and do a pullback, but I also am looking for it to go up. So currently, I'm looking for price to go from where it is here up to about that 5,500 level. So, so 54.50 will be my next stop. After that, I would like it to get to about, let's see, right about there. So that for me would be my top. After it gets there, I'm really going to be looking for a downturn. Even though price action is looking good, when I got out of the C and the S fund last time, it was because I broke my 14-day moving average. If I break a moving average, usually like the 9, I'm not worried about it. If I break the 14, that gives me pause. That'll make me stop. I got a buy signal, but if you notice, it's not a strong buy. It's really doing a consolidation. And unless I see price action go up higher, at least to about that 5,450 area, I can still wait because I'd rather not lose money than lose money. So that's it for the C fund this week. Let's talk about our S fund. All right. So same thing with the S fund, except you see this one is a little bit more clear. So let's turn that off. Currently, we have a peak here and a peak here. This one is definitely lower. Does that go with the actual strength of the market with the S fund? And it looks like it does. So price action is getting weaker, just like the strength of the market. Now, this week you are going to have news, and that could be a deciding factor in a bounce to the upside if we have good news from the Feds. Now, with that being said, if we continue down, as you see, we hit this support level for this week. The next one is going to be here down at 1961. And then after that, we have one more level I'll look for it to hit at 1927. Will there be a shakeout of a lot of money from the market? Well, it is going to depend on news, and it's going to depend on not just our news, but international news too. So there are things going on in the world that can affect our market. If you don't know, they've been going on for the last couple months. So it's not like I'm going to mention them here because I don't have enough followers anyway to get um, any money off of this. But there are wars going on around here. So if we get end to war, usually end to war is a good thing, right? So let's see if that goes forward. We have our international fund. International fund right now has been going right up against this resistance right here at 82.17. Uh, Currently, if it doesn't break this, it like is going to come back down to the support at 79.86. We are outside of the channel for that. If you notice, we had a nice channel going up. We broke out of the channel, hit a support, and then we started going up again to here. And at this point, the price action is looking like it's stalled out. But if you look at the strength of the market, it still like it can go up further. So if we're looking at a bullish case here, I would look for it to break the 82.17 and then continue up to the 85.21. That's where I would look for the international market or the international fund to go, aka the I fund. If I'm looking at a bullish case, I'm looking for a bearish case, I'm looking for it to come back down completely. If I say that, I'm looking for this gap to get filled here around 78 and change, and most likely end up at 77.44. Let's see what we got for our bond fund. All right. So in our bond fund, looks like we have some rejection up here from the last week. We had a spike up here to 97.54. And then previously to that, we had another spike up to about the 97.27 area. Then we had a spike down to the 95.66. So essentially, we've had nothing but consolidation for the last month. The last time we had positive movement was back here on April the 29th, that week. Currently, we are in consolidation. So the international fund, I'm sorry, the aggregate bond fund is in the middle. And that's literally where it's at. It's in the middle. There's nowhere for it to go right now until it hears news. This is waiting for news to happen, literally. So if you're in the bond fund, hold on tight. Um, personally, I would be in the G fund at this moment if I was heavily into the bond fund, because you don't know which way it's going to go at this time. And once again, you can't go wrong with saving money, but it feels bad when you lose money. So I'll err on the side of caution. So that's it for this week with Stock Shots. We'll see you next week for another episode. Thanks for watching.